I don't chase destiny. I chase enchantment percentages. There is a moment in every one person's life when they make a decision that permanently alters their trajectory. Some people invest early in tech, some people move to a new country. I adjust my character's jawline in Black Desert Online for 43 minutes, if you know what I mean.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
And that's when I knew. This wasn't a game, this was a commitment. Black Desert Online does not have character customization. It has biological authorship. You don't choose a preset. You sculpt a descendant. I zoomed in so far on facial sliders, I felt like I needed a medical license. By the time I finished, I felt responsible for this character's long-term emotional stability. And then, the combat started and everything escalated. You don't press abilities in this game. You input choreography. Shift plus directional input plus mouse angle plus intention plus ancestral blessing. And suddenly your character performs a 24-hit combo that looks like it violated several international treaties. There's no global cooldown, politely telling you to relax. Black Desert removed hesitation. Other MMOs feel like you are taking turns. This feels like you broke turn-based reality. Combat is violent, fast, fluid. You don't feel like a player, you feel like a problem. And for a while, it's intoxicating. You start believing you have reflex, you start shadowboxing your monitor, you start opening your fridge with unnecessary flourish. This game convinces you you're better than you are. And then it gently taps you on the shoulder and says, would you like to manage a workforce? Why? Why are we pivoting to agriculture? I just aerial comboed a demon into atmospheric re-entry. Now I'm discussing potato logistics. And that's when it happens, the shift. At some point you realize, you're no longer an adventurer, you're a founder. You hire workers, you assign them to resource nodes, you optimize stamina, you brew beer to maintain morale, you reinvest profits, you check marketplace, fluctuations. I did not join a guild. I build infrastructure. This is not swords and sorcery. This is medieval venture capitalism. I have spreadsheets in my brain now. I care about supply chains. I know what grain yields in Velia. Why do I know that? Why does my virtual employee require beer to function? Why am I enabling this? And the scariest part, the systems connect beautifully. Touch one node, 5 others react. Economy breathes. It feels alive, and now you're invested. Because if the workers stop, the empire slows. And if the empire slows, you feel it. You're not playing an MMO. You are maintaining an ecosystem. And then there's enchantment, which is not progression. It's psychological conditioning. You click enhance, it fails. Okay, you build, fail stacks. You try again, it fails again. Now you're leaning forward. Now you're whispering. Now you're doing probability math. You absolutely do not understand. This is not crafting. This is emotional roulette. Somewhere in a cleaner timeline, there is another you. He clicks enhance. It succeeds. First try. He has never experienced downgrade trauma. He has never stared at the broken TRI attempt in silence. He logs off peacefully. That man lives in different reality. You just watched your gear regress. You are calculating how much silver evaporated. You are arguing with numbers. You are saying things like, it has to hit this time. That's not logic. That's desperation wearing math as a disguise. When it does hit, when the enchantment finally succeeds, you ascend. You feel chosen. Feel like RNG personally apologized. And that high? That's why you keep going. It's not healthy, but it's powerful. Then the game introduced life skills. Fishing, alchemy, processing, trading, horse breeding. You can progress while not playing. You can literally leave your character fishing overnight and wake up richer. This is the only MMO where productivity increases when you abandon it. I let my character running in circles, came back wealthier. Explain that. Black Desert rewards absence. It's like it respects boundaries, but not really, because you still think about it. Playing Black Desert feels like walking into the DMV for one task. Just renewing my license, 3 hours later you have a farm permit, a trade wagon, 2 horses, a desert survival certification, and unresolved paperwork. Every system opens another system, every menu worth 3 new menus. You came here to fight monsters. Why do you now understand trade node efficiency? Why do you have workers in 3 regions? Why there is a sailing progression path? This is administrative fantasy. And somehow, it works? Let's talk visuals. The game's absolutely pretty. The lighting, modern. The armor textures, sharp. The cities feel dense. When you ride through at sunset, cape flowing, particles drifting, it feels premium. And when combat flows smoothly, there's nothing else like it. Other MMOs feel cautious. Black Desert feels impatient. But let's be honest, this is not casual friendly. This is not quick session before bed. This is, why am I researching optimal grind spots? Why do I know horse tier breeding charts? Why am I emotionally attached to an enchantment attempt? It will test your patience. It will test your relationship with probability. It will occasionally humble you, but it will never bore you. Final thought. Black Desert Online is what happens when an action combat system becomes self-aware, builds an economy around itself, adds capitalism, adds gambling mechanics, adds AFK progression, wraps it in the high-end graphics, and then dares you to keep it. It is not simple, it is not gentle, it is not balanced, but it's alive. And sometimes, alive is better than safe. Now if you excuse me, my workers need beer. My horse outruns me socially, and statistically, this enhance has to hit, right? Right?